Hey everybody, I hope you're all getting ready for state finals, practicing really hard. Hope to see everybody at the junior high and high school nationals again this year. I wanted to take this opportunity to sit down and have a little interview with Mia Manzanares. If you don't know Mia, she has won Shawnee, Best of the Best, National High School Finals, Joe Beavers, 6 state championships in Louisiana. She's been pretty successful. Recently, last year, about this time, Mia tore her ACL, which, as you know, is a nightmare diagnosis for a goat tire. And Mia has spent the last year trying to come back from that injury and that surgery. And people have seen Mia throughout her career and just kind of thought she was very blessed, and she has been very blessed. But I wanted people to see the other side, the hard work, the things that she's had to do to come back from that. And we sat down one day, had a very interesting chat, and all of my animals were going crazy that day. We had dogs and cats. It made some really good bloopers if you watch the end. But I hope that you enjoy this little interview with Mia, and I hope that as you prepare for state finals, that in some way it motivates you, that not every setback is permanent, and that sometimes the things that you think are the absolute worst things to happen to you in the whole world, when you look back on those in the upcoming years, those are going to be the things that propelled you to do even bigger things than what you set out for. So I hope that you enjoy the video, and I hope that if you have any questions or concerns, that you'll contact us. We're wanting more girls to tie goats, and we don't care who you tie with. There are so many great people out there that are tying goats right now. Find a style that you like and go to that person. It doesn't matter who it is. We would love to have the same number of girls entering the goat tying as what they have in the barrels or the breakaway. So if there's anything that we can do to help you out, or like I said, some fantastic girls out there that are coaching right now. So look them up, and I hope that everybody's tying sixes by the end of the summer. Makes for a great watch-in. Hope you enjoy the interview.
Your 2012 Goat Tire champion. You're looking at Mia Manzanares. Watch her go. Watch her go. Here comes the time. 6.853.
So let's talk about some of the important wins in your career. What would you say would be the most important win in your career? Maybe your favorite win.
Well, I definitely can't pick just one, but some of my favorite ones were the first time I won Shawnee, because that was the first time I've really been anywhere, and I mean, I was just so surprised to win, and I was so happy. And then the second one probably has to be the high school finals in the goat time my senior year, because it was just definitely a mental thing there. I didn't really have the right mentality. I just wasn't.
Well, you had a goal.
Yeah.
You went into it with the goal. You wanted to win the all-around 3 years.
4 years.
4 years.
I wanted to try to win it 4 years,
yeah.
But I didn't win it my sophomore year, and I just wanted to win it 3 years to be as good as Garrett Smith. And I didn't. I mean, I had to realize I didn't make it in the breakaway, and I had to realize that wasn't going to happen. And I was just.
Your breakaway horse got hurt. You spent half a year without your breakaway horse, missed qualifying in the breakaway, and it was very hard because people had these expectations for you, and you had those expectations for yourself, and I felt like you kind of threw your sucker in the dirt.
Yeah, I did, and I mean, me and Miss Stacy had to have multiple talks at the high school finals to try to get me to thinking right and just to be mentally tough again. And thankfully, it all worked out in the end, and that's why that was one of my favorite wins, because it was tough, and it was really eye-opening. And then probably another one of my favorite ones was this weekend. I placed 4th at the college rodeo at A&M, and I know that doesn't sound like much, but that was it validated that I can still do this. And then after my knee surgery, I can still go out there and be 7 again. And it feels really, really good to have confidence in yourself again.
So what, where are you going to go from here? What are your plans coming up? You've got 2 college rodeos left, hopefully the college finals, and you have 2 years left of college rodeos. So do you feel like you're back 100% right now for these next 2 college rodeos, mentally and physically? Are you all there? It's 100% ready to go?
Well, I know my knee is 100%. My knee is great, and it's just I need to believe that it's great. And then definitely after this rodeo and all the practicing we've been doing, the quality of practices we've been having, I feel more confident than I ever have since coming back. And I really believe that I can step it up these next 2 college rodeos and make it to the college finals.
Oh, awesome. I hope so. I enjoyed the college finals. Yeah. So I'd like to go back. If you could qualify, it'd be great. What would you tell young girls that are wanting to get into the goat tying? What would be your words of advice? Because now you're starting to help some kids and their parents. What do you tell them? What's the best way to get started? What are some things that you're glad you did or wish you would have done?
Well, I'm glad I went to next level goat tying. And no, but seriously, just take it slow and don't expect to be the best overnight. It takes a lot of hours of dedication and hard work and practice and the correct practice. And it took me years to catch my flank and to be able to get off of Casper, and many tears and many talks with Miss Stacy.
I think people think that everything came so easy for you, and they didn't see all of the struggles. And one of my favorite things was when you were 9, and you was your first year in Little Britches, and you tied a low 9, and her mom never rodeoed. Her mom asked me, "Do you ever think she's gonna be any good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think she's gonna be okay." So it was kind of one of those deals. But yeah, it turned out all right.
Yeah, thankfully. Thankfully.
So what? Now that you're on the other side and you are the instructor, what do you see? How has that helped you? Has it helped you compete? Has it helped you kind of have a different appreciation for it?
Well, it's helped me compete, and I have a bigger appreciation. Being able to help kids is really it's gratifying, and
yeah.
And you really have to break it down for them, and you don't realize how many steps it's in tying goats to be able to do it right. And you really, I have to think to myself before I tell anyone to do anything. Just I have to make sure everything's right, and it really broke it down for me a lot, and I really needed that. And it really made me appreciate where I've come from and how far. How many times Miss Stacy has helped me through things, and I didn't realize how much work is really involved in becoming good, and it's not easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man is on Robbie Julius.
17.031 plus 5. She wants money? Lady, is she wants some money? You think that category wants some money? We're looking. We're looking for the books. I told you she was going to set the house on fire. Again, we have set a new record in the National Finals Rodeo. What about 6.6 seconds?
So that run that you just watched was Mia setting the arena record at Shawnee. She was 6'6", and that record still stands today. But the backstory on that is that her freshman year she'd won Shawnee, only to go back her sophomore year and have her first goat get up. Of course, she was devastated, heartbroken. But in the second round, she drew something a little better and put in her mind that she was going to go out and set a new arena record. And that's what she did. She didn't let a failure in the first round stop her from getting in the record books. And that's something that we all need to remember, is that you are going to fail over and over and over again. And it shouldn't let you stop trying to get better. So I hope that you remember that when you go out in the practice pen. It's a bad day. Don't quit. Keep going. It's going to get better, I promise. All right. What would you say has been probably the most difficult loss of your career? Because the wins are great, but there's some pretty difficult losses in there too.
Yeah. One of them has to be my sophomore year, the high school finals. I had just came back my freshman year from winning the all-around and being third in the goats and placing in the breakaway. And then my sophomore year, I ended up 21st in the average of the high school finals. And they take 20, so I was one out of making it back. And then in the breakaway, I was really long on 2 and didn't make it back. And everybody expected so much of me, and not doing it really hurt, and it really affected me mentally. And
I feel like it was a motivation for the next year.
It was definitely a motivation for next year. I didn't worry about what people thought or what they wanted me to do. I worried about how I did at practice and how much I loved the sport of rodeo. And
that was probably the first short round time you'd not made a short round.
Yeah.
Ever.
And it definitely put me in gear to work and not care about what people thought so much.
Yeah, because it's hard. You go up there, and it was your freshman year. You won Shawnee, then go to the high school finals, and win rookie and all around, and third in the goats, fastest time. I mean, there were a lot of eyes on you, and that's hard for a 15-year-old. I think.
Yeah.
All right. So what else do I talk about? So you've changed your major.
Yes, I have.
From criminal justice.
Yes, I finally figured out what I want to do in my life.
And?
Well, I changed it to H&HP with a concentration in sports medicine. And
for normal people, she wants to be a physical therapist.
Yes, I want to end up being a physical therapist and maybe work with Justin Sports Medicine later. And definitely help the Cowboy Crisis Fund. And I think that would be very great.
So you want to give back to
Yes, definitely give back to rodeo because it's given me so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. 6.6.
What would you change about that?
I mean, I really don't know if I'd change anything because it really did teach me a very valuable lesson, and just to.
Bloopers. Yeah, I think we need a bloopers reel.